In 1947, Vinayak Rao tells his 14-year-old son Pandurang about the goddess of plenty. Vinayak explains that the goddess birthed 160 million gods, but Hastar was her most beloved offspring. However, Hastar was greedy and gluttonous and wanted all of the goddess's gold and food for himself. The other gods attacked Hastar, but the goddess saved him on the condition that he could never be worshipped and would be forgotten by history. Vinayak goes on to explain that their people built a shrine that woke up Hastar. Although the village of Tumbbad became plagued with rain, Vinayak's family was able to benefit from Hastar's curse, provided they were willing to risk venturing into the goddess's womb in the earth where Hastar dwells. While their mother pleasures local lord Sarkar in his mansion, hoping to one day acquire a single gold coin kept with his Hastar statue, Vinayak and his brother Sadashiv worry about having to feed their monstrous grandmother, who is chained in a separate room of their home. The boy's mother returns home in time to stop Sadashiv from getting close to the old woman. Sarkar dies. Mother proposes finally leaving Tumbbad for Pune city, but Vinayak insists on finding the treasure that is rumored to be hidden somewhere in the mansion they inherited. Sadashiv becomes badly hurt after falling from a tree, forcing Mother to take him for help. Mother tells Vinayak he will have to feed his grandmother. She also warns that if the old woman wakes up, Vinayak should say the name Hastar to make her sleep. Sadashiv dies on the way to the doctor. Although grieving, Mother directs her carriage driver to Sarkar's mansion, where she retrieves the gold coin. The monstrous old woman attacks and shackles Vinayak in preparation for eating him. Vinayak eventually remembers Hastar's name and uses it to make his grandmother fall asleep. Mother gives Vinayak the gold coin he always wanted. Vinayak suggests torturing the old woman into telling them where the mansion's true treasure is hidden. Mother accuses Vinayak of being greedy like his father and forces him to promise never to return to Tumbbad. Desperate to escape his life of poverty, Vinayak returns to Tumbbad to find a tree growing out of his monstrous grandmother in their former home. The old woman warns that if Vinayak goes after the treasure hidden in the mansion's well, he will be cursed to become a monster like her. The old woman ultimately explains that the well leads to the goddess's womb where Hastar dwells. Although Hastar stole the goddess's gold, he was unable to acquire her grain. Therefore, Hastar desires flour, but can also be repelled by it when flour is used to make a circle of protection. Vinayak physically trains to climb up and down a long rope. Vinayak also starts making dolls out of dough that he uses to lure Hastar while in the goddess's womb. While Hastar is distracted by the food, Vinayak swipes at Hastar's loincloth containing the goddess's gold. Vinayak regularly repeats the procedure to steal dropped coins from Hastar. After several weeks, Vinayak honors his grandmother's wish to finally be free and sets her on fire. Vinayak then returns home to his wife in Pune city. Vinayak offers his first gold coin to opium merchant Raghav to pay off a debt. Each time he needs more money, Vinayak returns to Tumbbad to steal from Hastar. Raghav openly wonders about the treasure rumored to exist in the Tumbbad mansion, while also questioning why Vinayak can only retrieve a few coins at a time. Sergeant Cooper pressures Raghav about acquiring his opium den permit per a previous arrangement they made. Looking for a way out of the deal, Raghav asks Vinayak about becoming business partners. Vinayak declines, but notes that his friend appears worried about something. Vinayak and his wife give birth to their son, Pandurang. Vinayak also begins living a luxurious lifestyle. When Sergeant Cooper gives him only 2 days to come through, Raghav sells his widowed daughter-in-law to Vinayak as a mistress. The mistress confesses to Vinayak that Raghav paid her to make sure Vinayak stays in Pune city for 2 days. Vinayak follows Raghav to the Tumbbad mansion. Vinayak tricks Raghav into descending into Hastar's well to look for gold. Hastar viciously attacks Raghav. Vinayak goes into the well to find Raghav painfully disfigured and absorbed into the wall of the goddess's womb. Raghav implores Vinayak to release him. Vinayak invokes Hastar's name to make Raghav sleep. Hastar appears. Vinayak distracts Hastar with a dough doll and steals several dropped coins. Vinayak sets Raghav on fire as he climbs the rope back to the surface. 1947, independent India. Pandurang practices knocking coins from a dummy and collecting them within a time limit. When his father deems him ready, Vinayak takes Pandurang to Tumbbad and explains Hastar's legend, as well as their family's relationship to his curse. Outside the mansion, Vinayak teaches Pandurang how to make dough dolls. He then takes the boy into the well to practice the procedure for stealing from Hastar, which includes making flower circles for protection. Once in the goddess's womb, Pandurang reveals that he brought a dough doll with him. Hastar unexpectedly attacks. While his father is only concerned with escaping, Pandurang manages to steal several coins. Vinayak and Pandurang make it to safety, though Vinayak chides his son for nearly getting them killed. Back at home, Vinayak learns from Raja Sahib that the Indian government took possession of Tumbbad as part of the country's independence. Vinayak also learns that the government is planning to raze the mansion to build a new village. Pandurang presents one of his stolen coins to Vinayak's mistress, hoping to impress her. Vinayak beats the boy when he finds out about his bragging. Pandurang stops his father by proposing that they steal Hastar's entire loincloth instead of simply swiping several coins at a time. Vinayak and Pandurang make dozens of dough dolls for distracting Hastar before returning to the well. However, the two of them become trapped inside the goddess's womb when a separate Hastar appears for each one of the dolls they brought. With no other hope of escaping, Vinayak ties the dolls to his body to act as bait. Vinayak climbs the rope. Dozens of Hastars burst into flames as they come into contact with the protection circles while pursuing him. Once the coast is clear, Pandurang climbs back up to the surface. Pandurang finds his father mutated into a monstrous form outside the mansion. Vinayak presents the stolen loincloth, but Pandurang refuses to take it. Sobbing at seeing what his father turned into, Pandurang reluctantly sets Vinayak on fire. He then invokes Hastar's name to put his father to sleep. Make sure you like, comment on your thoughts on the recap, and subscribe with the notifications on for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.